it. Gleaming black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody's losing. Faces merge and change, but your face remains the same. The swallows will be here by dawn. And when we're finally sober, they'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt. A significant life, just what it was needed. Gleamed in the blackest night, cloistered in injustice dead, and in the eyes of time, nobody's.
Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to start a book of the month vlog. I have 3 backlist book of the month books that I would like to get to. All of them were featured in my November TBR. The first one being A Little Hope by Ethan Joella. This is about a small town, I believe in Connecticut, and it follows various different neighbors that live in this town and different things that they're dealing with in their life. I really love the way that Ethan Joella really tackles like seeing the depths of everyday life and how he writes about it. Absolutely love it. Next up is The Resort, and this definitely feels like a summer thriller to me, but I've heard nothing but good things. It is on my TBR. I have to get to it sooner rather than later. This one takes place in Thailand, so I'm really excited. So maybe as the weather maybe starts finally cooling down, I can jump into this and remember the summer vibes. But yeah, I heard great things about this, so can't wait to dive in. The third and final book I'm a little bit nervous about. I've never read anything by this author before. I do have another book of theirs on my TBR, but this is the first one I'm going to try for this vlog. All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. So I've basically heard like great things and terrible things, so we'll see where I fall. This is also a very chunky book, so I'm definitely going to be picking up the audiobook of this one. It says a soaring thriller and an epic love story that spans decades. So these are the 3 that I'm hoping to read in this vlog. We'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. I definitely have 3 new book of the month books already sitting on my TBR waiting for me to read, but I need to knock out these backlist ones first. So let's get started. I'm going to start with A Little Hope by Ethan Joella because this is the one I have the highest hopes for. Good morning, friends. I'm here with a reading update of A Little Hope. I haven't finished it yet. It is a short book, so I should have finished it by now, but I'm still not feeling like great, so I've been reading a little bit slower than normal, but I have made it to page 168 and I should be able to finish this up today, or at least that's the goal. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about it and how I was feeling about it. So I have been keeping like a few character notes in here because there's quite a few characters. You have Freddie and Greg. They have a daughter, Addie, and Greg has this like rare form of cancer. We have Darcy Crawley, who lost her husband, and obviously she's still grieving him many years later, but she has an adult son, Luke, who's dating this girl, Hannah, who used to date this lady named Ginger. We have Ahmed and Alex and Iris and Damon. There's a lot. Oh, and Kay, who's married to Alex. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but I'm keeping it all straight. Now, it took me a second to like sit down and write this out so I could keep everything straight, because it's very, very, very character focused. It's about these people and their life. There is no plot. It is just a slice of life story about these fictional characters in this small Connecticut town and the things that they're dealing with, human emotions that they're dealing with, illnesses, like the ups and downs of life. So, as you can imagine, that's not my favorite. Now, I knew even his other book, which I keep saying, what do I keep saying wrong? But I think it's Same Bright Stars instead of Small Bright Stars, but it's Same Bright Stars is the book that I read by this author. But anyway, this is his debut. So I'm still interested in the book between this one and Same Bright Stars. But I think Same Bright Stars was very character focused. However, it did have a plot. You know, it did have a plot, and it was a weak plot. Well, not really a weak plot, but it wasn't the focus. But this one doesn't have like any plot at all. And so I am struggling with this one a little bit more and not enjoying it as much as I enjoyed Same Bright Stars. So this is probably going to end up being a 3 unless, you know, something crazy happens. But that being said, I love how observant this author is and how he just writes emotion and how he writes characters and how he sees things like so like critically, like he's inside our brains. That's what it feels like, because just the way he writes just shows you like how observant he is as a person, and how he's able to take that emotion and write it out so descriptively that you know exactly what the characters are feeling, exactly what they're going through. You know what everything looks like, you know what everything feels like, you know what everything smells like, but it's not done in like a pretentious, overly written way. It's done in like a, because as you can see, the book is short. You know what I'm saying? So it's not overwritten. It's just done in this like beautifully heartfelt, connected way. Like you feel connected. You know what's going on. I don't know if I'm explaining this. I'm trying. Maybe I'll come up with a better way to say that later. But for now, I just wanted to give you an update. And I'll let you know my full thoughts at the end.
Well, I finished. I didn't enjoy it. I'm giving A Little Hope by Ethan Joella 2 stars. It was just very, very character driven, slice of life story. And I didn't really like the audiobook either. I really couldn't concentrate. I would find my mind drifting, even though I had the physical book and I was following along. There's a lot of characters, almost too many characters. And because of the way that their stories intertwine and don't intertwine, this is Ethan Joella's debut. So I'm still am interested in A Quiet Place or A Quiet Life, whatever the sophomore book is, I'm interested in that one. But this one just had like no plot. And because like it would skip around to all the different characters, I never got attached to any of the characters. And because there was literally no plot at all, just what was happening in these people's lives, I couldn't really follow along, and it skipped around in time, and it tried to keep me on track for the passage of time, but I could just never grasp it and like figure out like how much time has passed. And it felt like there were different passages of time for different people. I don't know. It was just, it wasn't my favorite. So if you have read this and you were like, I did not like this, I still encourage you to try Same Bright Stars, because while that one is also character heavy, it does have a plot to it and it's much more grounded if you liked his writing, because I still did like his writing. I stand by what I said earlier, that he just has a way of observing people, observing the world around him and writing about it in a way that is just so special. I can't really describe it. I haven't thought of a word that encompasses the way that he writes yet. It's very comforting. It's very like wholesome. It feels familiar, even if you're reading about a situation or a character that feels unfamiliar. Like you're like, yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah, I've felt that way before. So other than that, 2 stars. Okay, moving on, we're gonna start The Resort. And I did look up how you say the author's name, and it's Sara Ochs. So, The Resort by Sara Ochs is next, and I'm gonna start it and get into the story, and I will update you probably tomorrow. All right, I am 23% into The Resort. I don't have my bookmark picked up yet, but I've read this much, and so far it's just like a good like beach read, poolside read. It basically follows these young adults, like they're adults, but they're like in their 20s, you know. They have backpacked around the world. They have ended up in Thailand, and some of them are dive instructors, some of them do different things. They like live there permanently now. There's a travel influencer there. There's another, so we get Brooke and Cass's POVs, and you know, Cass is there for a reason, Brooke is there for a reason, and then there's these other side characters and stuff. They work in this, Cass works in this dive shop, and one of the people that she was training, because it's like a 2-day class type thing, they found on the 2nd day like in the water. And I guess it's like not the first time like a visitor to the island has like been found dead. And so now we're wondering, is there like a killer on the island? And there's this group, they call themselves like the Permanents, and they basically made their way there, and now they're permanently there. And they're trying to convince Brooke to stay there as well. But we will see. There was like a full moon party or something like that. I'm not really like grasping like a good solid plot yet. Okay, quick little update on The Resort. I read about 40 more pages, which took me to 32%. So I'm definitely making progress, and it's a lot easier to follow now that all of the people have been introduced. I reread the synopsis. People are working together. People are kind of like grouping up in the story. Like these people are doing this, these people are doing this. So it's much easier to follow now. I also did do a little preliminary, you know, write out some of the people's names. And that always helps me. But yeah, so we're basically just trying to find out who Lucy is. Was it an accident like the police said? They said that she drowned, but Cass seems to remember when they were underwater her seeing like bruising on her throat and like a slash on her head. And she also finds something else in the water by the body that makes her, you know, very suspicious as well. So yeah, we're just trying to find out more about the person and more about like who could have done it and why. And yeah, there's been some heart pumping moments, so I'm really enjoying it now. Good morning, friends. It is literally 6:30 a.m. But I woke up a little bit ago and I decided I'm gonna finish out The Resort this morning before I even get my day started. So I took Charlie out, I gave Daniel a kiss, I turned on this light, and now we're gonna read the rest of the book. I do not have much to go at all, and I just need to know, okay? So I read a lot last night on reading sprints, and you know, as I was saying in the beginning, I was just trying to wrap my mind around the different characters and kind of like what was going on. But once I got settled in the story, which didn't take long, to be honest, once I got grounded in the story and it just kind of took off, and it basically happens around the same time that a little bit maybe before we have our first body, but definitely once you have your first body. Yeah. So there's 3 bodies. There's one that happens before the novel even starts. There's one in the beginning, and then there is one later on. And then who knows what's going to happen now. But, yeah, once you have your body, it all kind of starts falling into place. At that point, there's just a lot of characters, and you're trying to say, like, okay, who's related to who goes where, who works where, like, what are the dynamics here, you know? But man, since then, this author has done such a good job of shifting blame and, like, making you think it's multiple people, and, like, it's crazy. So I'm really, really enjoying it, and I just want to finish it up and see what's in store for the very, very end. So let's do this. Okay, I just finished the resort and I was feeling 4 stars. I was like, yeah, I think this is a 4 stars. And then I got through the ending. 4 stars, like a solid 4-star read. Solid. Great summer thriller. Great international thriller. Great poolside read, beach read, anytime read. Oh, it was so fun. So much fun. So 4 stars for this one. We finished. We're going to move into our last book of the vlog, which is All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. And we'll start that hopefully later on today. I have read this portion right here. So I'm on page 210, chapter 87, which seems crazy. But when I say this book has short chapters, it's like barely a scene and it's over. Very short chapters, and it also is told in parts. I'm on the 4th part, which is called The Broken Hearts in 1978, and the book started in 1975. So it's been 3 years since the book started, and I want to say that the first part was my favorite. That part was 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. Then, based on the first part, going into the second part, it was really good. Don't get me wrong. But it was a little bit like, oh, now you want me to feel like this? So I had to kind of readjust things in my head. So I rated that part 3 stars. And then in the third part, a lot happened, and it was just a lot to wrap my mind around, like the progression of the story, and like kind of, it's like a melding of part 1 and part 2. And so it's like I am enjoying this book, but it kind of has leveled out a little bit, if that makes sense. So if you don't know what this book is about, it's about love, relationships, growing up, family, friendship, and a serial killer and a kidnapper. So at the very beginning of the novel, there's this kid that everybody calls Pirate because he only has one eye and he wears like an eye patch and stuff. And he is like poor. Okay, he's straight up poor. And him and his friend have a really great relationship. We could see her falling in love with him. And she was also very eccentric as well. So I really liked that dynamic. And I guess in her town, a few or a couple of teenage girls have gone missing. And then Pirate sees like this van that he doesn't recognize, and he sees like this girl, and he kind of goes out there and fights off the guy, and the girl gets away and he gets kidnapped. So obviously her family is very grateful to him, but now he's kidnapped and we don't know if he's dead, if he's alive, if he'll be found. And it's all up to his friend that is like not letting it go. She is not. She's like, we are gonna find him. Where is he? And she's like her own little investigative journalist out there. You know, with the cops, with asking people around town, looking for the van, just kind of questioning everything. And I really don't want to say too much more than that, but that is literally just scratching the surface of this book. That's really kind of what kind of happens in the first part. I feel like it's building towards something. And I have been told that it doesn't really reach like the climax. It just kind of feels like it keeps building and then it's kind of over. So if that's the case, I'll be really disappointed because right now I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, so Patreon reading sprints tonight, hoping to read some more of this, but right now I just have like a headache and I thought I would take a little break. And earlier today I did go out to the store and I went to Target and I went to Michael's and I finally found some of those mini brands books. So I got 4 of them. So I thought we could go ahead and open one and see what we get. Okay, so I got the Mini Brands books and I'm really excited about it because I personally have never had one of these. I did have one of my patrons, Faith, send me some of hers that she had like duplicates of and stuff, but for the longest time I could not find these anywhere, and I finally did, and I thought I would open one with you. I don't want to open them all right now, but today, right now, we're gonna open one. I have no idea what I want, what they have. She did send me one of the little booklets. There's no turning back now. Oh, okay, it's wrapped again. Okay, I didn't realize that. They really wrapped it, like double wrapped it. So I guess I could have turned back. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, the booklet fell out. So before I even see what is in here, we're gonna look at the booklet, okay? So 40 plus to collect. Collect them all. So they have common ones, and then they have iconic ones, luxury ones, ultra rare, and rare ones. Oh, and legendary. Okay, so they tell you like who it's published by and everything. And see what we get. Oh, there's multiple. There's like this, and then there's 3 things in here. So these must be the books that I got. Okay, so this must be some type of like shelf or something. Yes, okay, because it comes in parts. I don't want to lose any of the parts. Okay, I think I just dropped a piece. That was the instructions. So it's just like a little shelf that I could put together. So I'll do that in a second. It does come with instructions on how to build it. Cute, cute. Okay. Oh, it's like a little tube. Okay, let me build that real quick and then we'll open the books. Okay, I made my little bookshelf, and you can actually hook another one of these like on this. So when I open up another, you know, globe, I can like make a longer bookshelf like this. Okay, like that. So they do stack, but let's go ahead and open up our books and then we'll put it on our tiny little shelf. Should we put our little bookshelf here? And then we could put our books on it as we open them. Okay, number one. Okay, we got a magnifying glass. I got one of the hardcovers. I literally got one of the hardcovers. Okay. Ooh, something fell. There is the tiniest little bookmark that you ever did see. It looks like it's part of a map. Oh my goodness. And this works. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I keep dropping stuff, but this actually works. Little bookmark, little magnifying glass. Here's the book that I got. There we go. There's the book. And it is hardcover. And you could like read it. Oh, wait. I don't think you can read it. Interesting. Okay, let me look at this. Oh, do not use the magnifying glass under direct sunlight. Okay, so I want to go back to this. And it even says that you, oh, okay, so I guess you get the shelf, a magnifying glass, and a bookmark, and like every single one. So I think I just got the common one. It doesn't really say, but let's look at the book, The Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Okay, I did get a common one, but it's like hardcover. So that is so cute. So I could like open up the book and put the little bookmark in there. That's adorable. And we can put it on our shelf. Okay, and we have our magnifying glass. So I'll put that there. Okay, next. I got Roald Dahl, The Twits. I got this one, and this one is paperback, so very cute. This one is also a common. Yeah, there's that one. Okay, let's put that one on the shelf. Okay, and I thought we had, yes, we have one more, and it's definitely a paperback. Okay. It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. Wow. And there's no way they could put like the whole book in here, right? That's what that one looks like. So, yay. So we'll put that one on the shelf. That is so exciting. So that's what came in my first Mini Brands Books Globe. And I'm excited about it. Yay! Good morning, friends. It is dark because it's very early in the morning. It's 6 a.m. But I'm up for some reason, and I thought I would give you a quick reading update because I did do reading sprints with my patrons last night, and I was flying through this book. I think I'm 56% of the way through it now. I'm on chapter 134, page 341, and I still feel basically the same way I have throughout the entire novel. I am intrigued. I want to keep reading. I'm wondering where the plot is going, and overall I'm enjoying myself. There are parts that I have enjoyed more than others, and on my phone I'm keeping notes of like my rating per part. I don't know what I'm doing with that information. It's just something that I wanted to do. But we did start, there is a large passage of time because we started The Pirate and the Beekeeper in 1975. And in our most recent part called Fate, it is 1990. So 15 years have passed since the first part. And the first part was my favorite. So as you can imagine, the story has definitely changed in 15 years and in 134 chapters and 300 pages. But the way that the author makes you feel like you understand the passage of time, you're following along with the passage of time, you understand the characters, and you feel like you know them, and you're just like viewing their life like a movie. You know, the writing is, I couldn't say it feels like anybody else. But it feels comforting in a way when you're reading about things that could break your heart, because you know, life is messy, people are messy, nothing is black and white, there is gray everywhere. So yeah, I'm along for the ride. I have no idea what's gonna happen. What time period are we gonna be in by the end of the book? Are we gonna be in the 2000s? Is it gonna be like present day? Like, I literally have no idea. I'm just along for the ride, but I will keep you guys updated, but life update as well. So today I'm gonna be packing up and heading to my other house in Virginia Beach, and I'm gonna be spending the next week there. Well, almost a week. I'm gonna be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday for about half a day. Yeah, so I'm gonna be there. So I'm gonna bring this, I'm gonna bring some other books, I'm gonna pack up my stuff, but I'm hosting my friend Jessie and also some of my book club friends tomorrow. So I need to head over there today and set up for all of that. But I'm really excited about it, but hopefully I could like finish this up today so that I can start something else this weekend. All right, I think everybody still likes grocery hauls, and I have quite a big one, although I'm gonna be eating out a lot this coming week, but this is mainly to stock up the fridge here at the Virginia Beach house, and then also for the $5 book night that I'm hosting tomorrow night. So let's just go through it. I have some ginger ale for the punch. I have some fruit for the punch, an apple, a pear, and an orange. I have Chester's fries. These are my favorite snack. And some cinnamon sticks for the punch. Dunkin' K-Cups for coffee. I got mini Dr. Peppers,
and mini Mountain Dews, just to have some sodas here at the house. I got Charlie some dog food. I got, oh my gosh, I love this stuff so much. The 7-layer Southwest dip that's like from the grocery. So good. I got 2 creamers, just regular half and half. And then I got the Chobani cinnamon coffee cake creamer for coffee. And then I got 2% milk and oat milk. I got toilet paper. Okay, round 2 from Aldi. I got cranberries for the punch. I got prosciutto, blueberries, salami. This is spicy bite-sized dry salami. I got 2 of these little broccoli cheddar soups. Some small cucumbers. Okay, here comes the cheese. Garden vegetable. This is like a semi-soft cheese. I love this one. And this is the pepperoni marinara one. And then I have some Gouda. And I got 3 boxes of these pita crackers. These are my all-time favorite crackers from Aldi. These pita crackers. The plain ones with sea salt. And then I also got these cauliflower tortilla chips, nacho flavor. Those would be really good with the 7-layer dip. I got some grapes. I got some English toffee almonds. And some dark chocolate sea salt caramels. 3 cheeses. Okay, I got 2 of these French onion Havardis because I just want one for me because they're so good. And then I got this cranberry white cheddar cheese. I got some strawberries and I got some raspberries. I got a lot of fruit and stuff because I love eating fruit and stuff, but also one of my book club friends that's coming over is vegan. So she's not going to be able to eat any of the cheese, any of the meat, so I wanted to have a lot of fruit options for her. So that's the grocery haul. Now I just need to put it all away again. I just finished All the Colors of the Dark. And the fact that I read this book in 2 days and it's 600 pages. So I basically read 300 pages yesterday, 300 pages today to finish this book out. Wow. I can't wait to read the other book that I have by Chris Whitaker that's on my shelf because I'm really interested in that one now. Because I really do think that I like their writing. I like how there's a plot, but you feel like you know. This is like if Kristen Hanna wrote contemporary. That's what it kind of feels like Kristen Hanna writing contemporary mystery. Thriller, I wouldn't really call it a thriller. I don't know, I'm basically like struggling to figure out like how to explain the writing to you. So I would say a little bit 11/22/63, obviously not in plot, but kind of a very long passage of time. And then kind of like if Kristen Hanna wrote contemporary. I really liked the writing. That being said, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I don't think the book was too long. I think it needed to be this intricate without being like, you've got to take a million notes to keep up with stuff. So that being said, it starts in 1975 and the last part, I believe, is in 1995. No, 2001. I totally missed that time jump. So 26 years. 26 years happens in this book. So I do think it needs to be this long, you know. I will say that the first part, the very first part, there were 10 parts total. The first part was my favorite, but there were other parts that I also really enjoyed. And the last, like, was it just the last line or was it the last 2 lines? There's the last 5 sentences. Way to make things come full circle. I enjoyed the characters that you were supposed to enjoy. I disliked the characters that you were supposed to dislike. And there weren't really like that many dislikable characters. What can I say about this book? Like, it's good. Go read it. What are you doing? That being said though, like I said, there were definitely parts that I enjoyed more than others, even though I thought like all the parts were necessary and I enjoyed all the parts. So I'm gonna go through each part. The Pirate and the Beekeeper, that's the first part. I gave it 5 stars. It was my favorite. The Lovers, the Dreamers, it probably is higher than I gave it, but after reading the first part and then reading the second part, I was like, oh. So I gave that 3 stars. The Painter, I gave 3 stars. The Broken Hearts, I gave 4 stars. Cops and Robbers, I gave 3 stars. The Hunt, 3 stars. Fate, I gave 2 stars. That was one part that just really kind of like, I was just kind of like, this is fine. It's fine, whatever. The Break, 3 stars. The Prisoners, 4 stars. And Myths and Legends, 3 stars, but it was almost 4 stars. So here's the thing. If you average that out, that comes to a 3.3 stars. So I'm like, okay, I enjoyed it, 3 stars. But I feel like it's more than 3 stars. So it's not a 5, but I'm thinking of 4 stars. I literally am thinking of 4 stars. There were some scenes that wrecked me. Like, I wasn't sobbing, but I could have been if I spent too much time like soaking in the feels. I think I'm gonna land on a 4 stars, you guys. That's a wrap on this book of the month vlog. But before we end, before we close things out, let's talk about the books that I read really quick, what I thought I was gonna rate them and what I ended up rating them. So I had the highest hopes for A Little Hope by Ethan Joella. I thought I was gonna rate it 5 stars or 4 stars because I loved Same Bright Stars. And then I read The Resort, which I thought was gonna end up being like a 3 stars middle of the road thriller that I enjoyed, but like could take it or leave it type thing. And then All the Colors of the Dark, honestly, I thought I was gonna rate like 2 or 3 stars, okay? But here's what happened. A Little Hope got 2 stars. It's my least favorite of the 3. Then I read The Resort by Sara Ochs and gave it 4 stars. Like a solid 4-star fun thriller. Like, don't go into it for anything mind-blowing, but I had a lot of fun with it. And then All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker, I'm also giving 4 stars. If you're looking for a like fall winter mystery, it is a mystery. What is it categorized on Goodreads? Because I feel like I'm miscategorizing it, and I don't want you guys to get your hope up for some big like twisty mystery. Wow. This is a Read with Jenna pick, which I always have good luck with, and it has a 4.37 star rating with 112,000 ratings. That is wild to me. That is wild. Okay, it's fiction, mystery, thriller, historical fiction, suspense, crime. Yes, I would say historical fiction, mystery. Yeah. I can't believe it's so well deserving. So well deserving. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars, but if I can't stop thinking about it, I'm gonna raise my rating. But that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, leave the book stack emoji in the comment section down below. But I hope you guys are having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. Bye, friends.